Jianwu was surprised to see the beauty seed has grown to an enormous size. He is unsure if it is supposed to be that large, and wonders how it has grown so quickly. He notices the stem is weak and worries about its strength. A small fairy with large, red eyes approaches Jianwu. She introduces herself as El, the dungeon spirit, and welcomes him to the dungeon farmland. She explains that the beauty seed has grown so well because of his hard work. Jianwu was surprised by the appearance of the dungeon, especially its unique location. El explains that she is the dungeon manager. She explains that the dungeon belongs to Jianwu now, but she cannot leave it. Jianwu is concerned about her being trapped in the dungeon. He remembers that El said she was fine, but he still worries about her. He calls out to his sister Hawa, who approaches with the fairy. Jianwu, Hawa, and El are enjoying themselves in the dungeon farmland. Meanwhile, a group of people are gathered near a large, dark structure, which appears to be a portal. A man with red hair, who appears to be a guild leader, is discussing a dungeon with a woman. He argues that the dungeon should be given to their guild, since it is a high-ranked dungeon in a good location. The woman calmly disagrees, saying that it should be given to another guild, since their guild has a higher priority. The man is outraged. He accuses the woman of trying to steal the dungeon from him. The woman tries to calm him down, but he is furious. Another man, who appears to be the manager of the dungeon, walks up to them. He reminds them that they are both acting inappropriately and tells the man to calm down. The manager explains that the dungeon was recently obtained by someone else and that it is no longer available. He also points out that it was only an E-ranked dungeon. The woman nods in agreement and reiterates that the dungeon is no longer available. The man, still furious, argues that the dungeon should be given to his guild because it is a rare dungeon. The woman calmly reminds him that the world doesn't work that way. The man claims that the dungeon was unfairly taken away from him. The woman explains that they were trying to take the dungeon from her, but it was already claimed by someone else. The guild leader is skeptical that Jianwu would take the dungeon without any help from his guild. He believes Jianwu is lying, but the woman assures him that Jianwu is being honest. The manager explains the rules of the dungeon. They can attack any monster that escapes the dungeon, but only the guild with priority can attack monsters inside the dungeon. The monsters that escape the dungeon are horned rabbits. These rabbits are known for being easy targets for hunters, making them the ideal prey. Their horns are valuable, leading to high demand in the market. Despite the fact that they are easy targets, there are some exceptions. These horned rabbits are unique and defy the typical behavior of their species. 2 horned rabbits escaped the battle and disappeared. Jianwu, Hawa, and El are surprised when they realize that the 2 horned rabbits that escaped are in the dungeon farmland. Jianwu was stunned by their stamina and how they managed to escape so quickly. He begins to feel sick and lightheaded.